Good afternoon. My name is Alok Kejriwal. I'm a deaf individual. Nice to meet all of you. And thanks for your time.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Here, this is Vaishnavi from adgully, and thank you for your time. So, let's start with the conversation. So, sir, let's start with the inspiration. So, what inspired you to establish like Indian Sign Hands and Signing Hands Foundation, and what challenges did you face in making media more accessible to the deaf community in India?
Okay. Good question. Yeah, it's a good question. Many people ask me the same question. Why did I set up ISH? Because in India, there are news channels where it has no accessibility. I am a graduate from America. I used to love to read the newspapers. Some I used to understand the picture, name, and other things. Some it used to be difficult for me to understand. I used to learn from my father. I used to ask my father, "What is this? Is this an important topic for me?" I used to wonder, how will the other deaf people who cannot read the newspaper, who cannot read any magazine, who are in education system? I used to think a lot about them. Then as I was traveling, I used to travel a lot to America. Europe started, America started, why not India? I have to do something. So I felt and I decided to set up this. So this was advised by Prahlad Kakkar, the ad guru. So I used to discuss with them, should I set up? Prahlad used to say, you can. Because my family business was a pharmaceutical line and the media line was totally different. Prahlad is my mentor. I discussed with them for 3 hours, asking him, everything is possible, I will support you, you will be successful. Are you sure? So, and I asked my family, should I want to do something? My father said, no, it's a different line, it is very risky. I said, I will set up this news channel, providing free news, sign, caption, voiceover on our platform to spread to the deaf community who can understand the sign language and for their parents to learn the sign from our through our news channel so that they can communicate with their children.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and captions. And it's good for the deaf children to learn along with the sign the caption so that that will help them to how to write, how to read. That's very important. Yeah, how to read and how to write. So because now the kids are very smart. So our platform provides the accessibility for that. When I was small, there was no communication yet. At the age of 7, during my time, and that's true. So the views have increased, more subscribers, more than 10 lakh subscribers on all the social media. Views per month around 50 lakhs per month. Most of the people used to watch. 90% of the deaf people used to. Some hearing people also do watch. Their parents, their friends, like that. Yeah. So now it is successful.
Yeah.
This is the proof to show. And Signing Hands Foundation, it's a non-profit organization to help education for the deaf, like ISH Kids, where we make the baby stories for age group of 4 to 8. There's no accessibility for them, so we provide baby stories like funny stories, vegetable group, and there are many things. Like when I was small, I was not knowing even the vegetable name, the fruit name, the relationship of uncle, auntie, zero knowledge that time. So we are providing all that through this ISH case. I don't want deaf children to suffer, miss the communication. So we provide. This is first time in India.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like the normal kids, they can hear from their parents, they can learn. But what about the deaf kids? My grandson, he knows everything, the bird's name, animals name, fruits name. I'm surprised when I communicate with him. When I was small, when I compare me with this, my time, so he knows many things then.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. So, your recent collaboration with SonyLIV for the Gateway to Shark Tank India, Divyangjan Special, brought Indian Sign Language interpretation to a major business platform. How do you think this initiative will impact deaf entrepreneurs in India, and what more can be done to support them?
That's wonderful. It's very inspiring. It's very amazing and inspiring. I see. I saw Shark Tank. It's very popular.
Yeah.
Sony platform. It's very the whole world knows. But I never used to understand because of the accessibility. Because there were no interpreters. Finally, my company ISS News collaborated with SonyLIV. They provide interpreters on their platform. That's wonderful. Make that people understand. Oh wow, investing. Shark Tank. Hearing people, investors are there who invest on in their business for the products and services. Why not deaf? Deaf
Yeah.
people, some businessmen like me, most of the deaf people do not understand what is Shark Tank, what they do, because of no accessibility.
Yeah.
Right? So we provide them accessibility to sign language. Some people have their own business role in India. Few are there. I'm one of them. So that investors can be interested to buy your products. That's wonderful. And that's first time in India.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a very good impact. What is Shark Tank? The deaf community already started gossiping like all India.
Yeah.
Because it's a new thing for them. My family already mentioned about Shark Tank. I know already about that.
Yeah. Okay. So you have over 35 years of experience in export and import business. How did you manage to balance your entrepreneur ventures while also advocating for the deaf community?
That's the big challenge
Yeah, absolutely.
in my life. I'm really thanks to my parents. My father trained how to run business, export, import, marketing, finance, everything. I was a graduate from America, but no experience. Indian culture, American culture, there's a big difference, you know that. Business culture and American culture is very different, you know that. I thought America and India, the culture would be the same. I used to assume that. But I cannot hear. There's no accessibility in India. No. My father trained me. So I became confident. Then my father sent. I first traveled to Africa alone without an interpreter. I traveled because during that time, there was no mobile also.
Yeah.
I started traveling 1991, 92. I started. Africa wasn't safe. It was not safe at all. Poor people, they used to. I had some contacts, customers contact who used to take care of me. I started meeting them. Through writing, I used to communicate with them. Every 2 months, I started traveling. And then the business started growing. They had confidence in me. So then I became a good salesperson.
Okay.
Ghana, South Africa, many countries I started traveling without an interpreter during that time. Then later I started traveling with my son as an interpreter. So that I used to show that deaf can do it. Most of the children, father, mother, they think that deaf cannot do anything. That's wrong.
Yeah.
I have to show the role model, hearing parents of their children. But then you have to provide them training. Without training, how it's possible?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So show them you can do it. Deaf cannot do that. You have to give them. You have to give a try to them. Let them try. If they success, if they not successful, you have to accept, and they will later get success. Life is not perfect.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, so your collaborations with many other platforms like Star Sports, Disney Hotstar, and SonyLIV have increased accessibility for deaf audience. How do you envision the future of sign language inclusion in mainstream media?
Yes, of course. There are around 63 million deaf population, pure deaf like me, and also there are 80 million half hearing population. Some can hear, they cannot speak. Some can hear, cannot speak, and some can speak but then cannot hear. So those are the variants. I have collaborated with Sony, Star Sports, Geostar, for more accessibility. There's a big market. They are providing with 12 languages: English, Hindi, Telugu, Kannada, and so many other popular languages. 12 languages which are popular. Why not add ISL for our deaf community? Because that is our mother tongue. For more accessibility, make people enjoy, educate them, make them understand. Now I'm collaborated with Star Sports
Yeah.
for IPL. Still the live interpretation is going on.
Yeah.
This is the fourth time. Earlier IPL, then one of the trophy, and even recently the champion trophy we did.
Yeah.
More accessibility is must, because government has already passed a law already there, but people are not moving. Some are not. Star Sports is wonderful. Finally, Sony, we entered finally. Slowly, things will get you open and more on all other platforms. Movie on theaters, on OTT, different platforms.
Absolutely. So, as someone who has represented the deaf community in a national and international conferences, what key changes do you believe are necessary for greater inclusivity in India?
Yes, many deaf conferences in India and also in international. Mostly international conference, mainly for education.
Yeah.
How to make deaf educate system? How does it work? Hearing system, hearing education.
Yeah.
Deaf, especially for the deaf, education must. Through the conference, they learn many things. There are deaf professors, many deaf mentors, many deaf. They have many skills. They learn from them how to manage deaf schools, how to manage deaf education for accessibility. There are so many different things.
Okay. So, you have traveled extensively for business despite challenges. What advice would you give to the young deaf entrepreneurs who aspire to build successful business globally?
Yes, everything is possible, but that person can travel. With an interpreter is always best. Without interpreter is always difficult. Now the time has changed. My old time, 90s, most of the people used to have patience during that time. Now the time is changed. Everybody wants fast things. That people can travel. They have to take along with them an interpreter. If a person can afford to take interpreter, because then it's again the cost of two persons together. I travel for business. I have to take an interpreter because for the communication, I have two interpreters with me all the time.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah. So, last question. What is with the increasing use of AI and technology? How do you see the role of innovation in bridging accessibility gaps for the deaf community in the coming years?
Possible. It's wonderful. We have enough technologies like mobile. Without mobile, you cannot communicate. Same you, me also. I have to run home. So earlier it used to like you to dial the old system. So we have to go run just because we have to go dial a landline phone, public calls. We used to. So now mobile has come after that, so that easy to access. Through a video call, we can communicate. Through WhatsApp, anywhere, wherever we are. I'm very happy with the mobile. So that helped me better than nothing.
Yeah.
So AI, when you talk, we are working on it. America, we have been trying it. Make American Sign Language through AI, but it's very difficult. English translate to Hindi, Hindi translate to Telugu, those are all easy. It's text to, but through the sign language, the body language, the facial expression, it's very difficult. America is still working on. So far, it's not success. Maybe in later 5 years or 10 years, it may take time. Once if it's successful over there, if they start using American Sign Language ASL, then for India ISL, there is also British Sign Language, Japanese Sign Language. There are different sign languages. Like in India, there are Telugu, Gujarati, Marathi. So the same concept. They prefer with their own mother tongue. Hope if America becomes success, then automatically later even India also can start through AI.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. It was my pleasure to meet you and have a chat with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for selecting. Help you to support and spread deaf awareness. That's very important for the deaf awareness.